What's up guys, Saulius, I'm back again. So today we're going to be reacting videos about was how intelligent in every GTA antagonist handled a trillion made by Erwin Knox. So we put these, yeah, we put these because we need, and we did put these with subtitle. Why? Because we need it. So this will be 50 minutes videos. Oh boy, so let's begin, shall we?
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of GTA Villains Intelligence Ranking. In this series, we analyze the intelligence of various antagonists from the Grand Theft Auto games, and rank them on a scale of 5 tiers: genius, intelligent, somewhat intelligent, average, and dumb. Today we are going to look at handheld antagonists, starting with Armando. Armando Mendez is one of the two Mendez brothers, who are the most powerful drug kingpins and well-known philanthropists in Vice City in 1984. He and his brother Diego run the Mendez Cartel, a ruthless and influential crime organization that dominates the drug trade in the city. Armando is the more charismatic and outspoken of the two, while Diego is the more quiet and reserved one. Armando Mendez is not a dumb villain, but he is not a genius either. He has some qualities that show his intelligence, such as his strategic thinking, his manipulation skills, his gunmanship, and his cultural knowledge. He is able to use his wealth and influence to control the media, the police, and the politicians in Vice City. He is also able to deceive and exploit the Vance brothers, Victor and Lance, who mistakenly steal a cocaine shipment belonging to the Mendezes. He forces them to work for him as his partners, making them do his dirty work and take the fall for him if necessary. Armando Mendez also has some flaws that limit his intelligence, such as his overconfidence, his arrogance, his cruelty, and his sadism. He underestimates the abilities and the determination of the Vance brothers, who managed to survive his attempts to kill them and eventually turn against him. He also fails to anticipate the betrayal of Ricardo Diaz, a former ally who helps Victor hack into Armando's Domestobot and destroy his safe containing his bearer bonds. He enjoys torturing and killing his enemies, such as Jerry Martinez, a corrupt army sergeant who works for him. He also kidnaps and murders Louise Cassidy, Victor's girlfriend, in a fit of rage. Based on these factors, we can assign Armando Mendez the tier of somewhat intelligent. He is not a complete fool, but he is not a mastermind either. He has some smart moves, but he also makes some fatal mistakes. He is a formidable foe, but he is also a vulnerable one. He is a complex and interesting character, but he is not a genius. Now,
Dreszczykę. Braižykite raktu. Stenkitės. Šį ekrano apsaugą pažeisti sunku.
he is a complex and interesting character, but he is not a genius. Now, let's talk about Chan Jiaoming. Chan is the son of Shin Jiaoming, the leader of the Liberty City Triads. He is also the underboss of the Jiaoming family, one of the three factions of the Triads. Chan is a spoiled, perverted, and drug-addicted brat who wants to impress his father and become the next leader of the Triads. However, he is also very stupid and incompetent, as he constantly fails in his missions and gets himself into trouble. He is easily fooled by Huang Li, the protagonist of GTA Chinatown Wars, who mocks and insults him behind his back. Chan is also oblivious to the fact that he is a suspect of being a rat who leaked information to the FIB, which leads to his downfall. Huang is ordered by Shin to kill Chan and his rival Zhou Ming, who is also accused of being a snitch. Chan dies in a shootout with Huang, without ever realizing that he was betrayed by his supposed friend. So what tier does Chan Jiaoming belong to? Well, it's pretty obvious that he is not a genius, nor intelligent, nor somewhat intelligent. He is not even average. He is clearly dumb. He has no skills, no strategy, no common sense, and no loyalty. He is a liability to the Triads and a disappointment to his father. He is easily one of the dumbest villains in the GTA series. Next, let's talk about Diego Mendez. Diego is the younger brother of Armando Mendez, the leader of the Mendez Cartel, the most powerful drug syndicate in Vice City. Diego is the more quiet and reserved of the two brothers, and he mostly speaks Spanish. He is also the more ruthless and violent one, as he shows no mercy to his enemies and rivals. Diego and his brother are well-known philanthropists in Vice City, but they are also involved in drug trafficking, counterfeiting, slavery, and other criminal activities. They are the main antagonists of GTA Vice City stories, where they clash with Victor Vance, the protagonist of the game. Diego and his brother initially hire Victor and his brother Lance to work for them, but they soon betray them and try to kill them. They also kidnap Victor's girlfriend Louise and torture her to death. Victor and Lance manage to storm the Mendez mansion and confront Diego and his brother. Diego is armed with an assault rifle and fights alongside Armando, who uses a flamethrower. However, they are both killed by Victor, who avenges Louise and takes over their empire. So what tier does Diego Mendez belong to? Well, he is definitely not dumb, nor average, nor somewhat intelligent. He is either intelligent or genius. He is a skilled gunman, a successful businessman, and a feared leader. He has a lot of influence, wealth, and power in Vice City. He is also very loyal to his brother and his cartel. However, he is not flawless. He makes some mistakes, such as trusting Victor and Lance, underestimating their abilities, and leaving them alive after their betrayal. He also fails to protect his mansion and his brother from their final assault. Therefore, he is not a genius. He is intelligent. Next, let's talk about Jerry Martinez. He is a corrupt sergeant at the Fort Baxter Army Base and one of Victor Vance's superior officers. He is involved in drug dealing, soliciting prostitutes, and watching animal porn in his barracks. He orders Victor to get a shipment of drugs for him and hide them in the barracks. But this leads to Victor's dishonorable discharge.
How you know a animal porn? Yeah, that's messed up. No reason why he was watching a animal porn about a Zoophilia? Yeah, a Zoophilia. That's messed up.
From the army. He later betrays both Victor and Phil Cassidy, sending
God damn, why I'm so fucking tired? Because I'm sorry, I need full sleep because I'm so tired to reacting videos. I know, man, people.
And Lance Vance. Realizing his situation with the Mendez brothers is risky, he decides to turn states and enters witness protection, receiving the new identity of Sven Johansson. However, he is eventually tracked down and killed by Victor and Lance. So, what tier does Jerry Martinez belong to? I'll go with somewhat intelligent. Next, let's talk about Marty J. Williams. He is the racist redneck leader of the Trailer Park Mafia in Vice City. He is abusive to his family, threatening to hit his wife and his infant daughter. He is also a pedophile, as he once raped a 14-year-old girl just because he likes her breasts. He runs a variety of criminal activities in Vice City's poor communities, such as loan sharking, prostitution, and protection rackets.
Yeah, we know he was bad one. Yeah, Marty, we know he was bad. In the Oval, he kidnapping her with lawyers. Also, you have to help her. Why? Because that piece of shit. So we have to kill Marty and then he's deaf. Because we know how bad Marty, everything's bad stuff, we know.
He hires Victor to work for him, but he treats him poorly and tries to pimp out his wife, Louise. He later kidnaps Louise, leading to Victor tracking him down and killing him. Following Marty's death, Victor acquires all of the Trailer Park Mafia's businesses as his own. So, what tier does Marty J. Williams belong to? He is definitely not a genius, as he is a violent and ignorant brute who relies on brute force and intimidation. He is not intelligent either, as he has no sense of morality or loyalty. He is not somewhat intelligent, as he has no skills or talents other than being a thug. He is not average, as he is below average in every aspect. He is dumb, as he is stupid and foolish. He makes terrible decisions that cost him his life and his empire. He is also easily defeated by Victor, who is much smarter and stronger than him. Therefore, we will rank Marty J. Williams as dumb. Now time for Paulie Sindaco, the Don of the Sindaco family, and the owner of Caligula's Palace and Paulie's Review Bar. Paulie is a ruthless and ambitious mobster who wants to take over Liberty City by any means necessary. He is constantly going back and forth from Liberty City to Las Venturas, leaving his capos in charge of the day-to-day operations. This earns him the nickname of the Invisible Don. Paulie is also a master manipulator who uses his connections with the Sicilian Mafia and the Forelli family to create chaos and weaken his rivals, the Leone family. He even manages to trick Tony Cipriani into killing his own boss, Salvatore Leone, by planting a bomb in his car. However, Paulie's downfall comes when he underestimates Tony's loyalty and intelligence. Tony survives the explosion and tracks down Paulie to his yacht, where he kills him in a fiery shootout. I think he deserves the intelligent tier. He is a smart and cunning leader who knows how to use his resources and allies to his advantage. He also has a good sense of timing and opportunity, as he strikes when his enemies are most vulnerable. However, he is not a genius, as he makes some fatal mistakes that cost him his life. He trusts Joseph Daniel O'Toole, a traitor who works for the Leones, and he fails to finish off Tony Cipriani, who proves to be his nemesis. Next, we have Rudy Davanzo, a mobster who claims to be the leader of an unknown mob family. Rudy is a liar and a con artist who pretends to help Huang Li, the protagonist of GTA, Chinatown Wars, in finding the FIB rat who is giving trouble to the Triads. He tells Huang that the rat is Jimmy Capra, a maidman of the Messina family, who started to give Triad information to the feds after the Triads began to work with the mob. He offers his help to aid Huang in getting evidence that Capra is the rat. However, Rudy is actually the rat himself, and he is using Huang to eliminate his rivals and cover his tracks. He also has a fetish for ladies' undergarments and cross-dressing, which he tries to hide from Huang. Rudy's scheme is exposed when Huang finds out that Rudy planted a fake recording in Capra's car, and that Capra is actually innocent. Huang then confronts Rudy at his hideout, where he kills him and his bodyguard. He is also going to somewhat intelligent. Thiers. He is a clever and deceptive villain who manages to fool Huang for a while and use him as a pawn. He also has some skills in hacking and planting evidence, as he creates a fake recording and a fake email to incriminate Capra. However, he is not very intelligent, as he makes some obvious blunders that expose his true identity. Now we have Salvatore Leone, the boss of the Leone crime family, and one of the most powerful and influential figures in the Liberty City underworld. Salvatore is a cunning and ruthless leader who has managed to survive and thrive in the violent and chaotic world of organized crime. He is also loyal to his allies and generous to his subordinates, as long as they don't betray him. He has a keen sense of business and strategy, and is able to outsmart and outmaneuver his enemies, such as the Sindaco and Forelli families, the Yakuza, and the Colombian cartel. He is also adept at using various weapons and vehicles, and is not afraid to get his hands dirty when necessary. However, Salvatore also has some flaws that hinder his intelligence. He is very paranoid and distrustful, often suspecting his associates of plotting against him or working for the police. He is also impulsive and hot-headed, sometimes making rash decisions that backfire on him or his family. He is also prone to violence and brutality, which can alienate potential allies or attract unwanted attention from the authorities. For these reasons, I'm gonna give him intelligent tier. Next, we have Vincenzo Chili, a capo of the Leone family and Salvatore's right-hand man at the beginning of the game. Vincenzo is a clean-cut and educated gangster who has risen through the ranks of the Leone family thanks to his connections and skills. He is proficient at handling various tasks, such as drug dealing, money laundering, and contract killing. He is also ambitious and confident, aiming to become the next boss of the Leone family. However, Vincenzo also has many weaknesses that lower his intelligence. He is arrogant and disrespectful, often looking down on his peers and superiors, especially Tony Cipriani, the protagonist of the game. He is also greedy and selfish, caring only about his own interests and profits, and not hesitating to betray or manipulate others for his own gain. He is also cowardly and insecure, relying on his henchmen and weapons to do his dirty work, and fearing Salvatore's wrath and Tony's revenge. He is also foolish and naive, underestimating his enemies and overestimating his abilities, which ultimately leads to his downfall. For these reasons, I'm gonna give Vincenzo Chili the rating of dumb. Now let's about Vinny. Vinny is also very arrogant and overconfident. Vinny is also very greedy and selfish. Intelligent tier. Next we have Wu Li, also known as Kenny, the uncle of...
Vinny, we know this one, and yeah, he did betray this one. Mike, why? Because he used them, fake his death, and he did survive. We was furious, so Mike, he killed Vinny, and then he's dead, so I did not know them. So yeah, we know this one. Sadly, that was fun, but this was so boring. I almost fall asleep himself again, because I swear to God, if I actually fall asleep, I'd be pissed as shit. Oh my gosh, this was so boring. So we almost there. This would be 2 minutes videos and done, but I'm sorry we did not have much time. You know, God, we're going to save up, so I will say goodbye, people.